I see. And we're back inside this map.
Let's grab. We will need the red concrete.
Is that what we need?
Cyan glazed terracotta. Oh.
Not over, I mean a bit there.
Please, we will need the door.
Oh gosh.
Back. And we also need the white glazed terracotta. I'm not sure if I mentioned that we need both the cyan and the light or the white. We need end rods, we need
And why yet?
paintings, and we're getting to the point where we'll be adding more and more specific detail after this. So the red concrete that we have for this booth here, we're going to first of all place doors in between it, red concrete above this, or we could even use sea lanterns maybe to light up the booth a little bit, because we can cover it from the inside. So we can have sea lanterns here, right? Extend the red concrete out. Cover it up, and then place red concrete leading up like so. And I'm thinking that shall we drop the terracotta here? I don't know. I'm wondering if we further extend the red concrete so that it's like really set in here, and then we can add another row of terracotta to the inside of this, because I'm looking for a bit of depth. And then as we look at this, like I don't know, that just looks a little bit better to me. And then left and right of the booth we can have the cyan, terracotta, and we can have just a couple of bushes built up either side. I think that looks pretty good. I want the center of the floor. So by center of the floor, I kind of mean from like the edge of this plant pot here, we'll leave a gap of one and extend.
Wait, where?
The center of the floor. So by center of the floor.
I see it's got right in there.
Or I kind of mean from like the edge of this plant pot here, we'll leave a gap of one. Leaving a gap of one.
I love it.
I kind of want to make
I don't know why I love
the
it,
center of
because
this
maybe
street just white glazed terracotta. It just makes it look like an interesting roof. There's not really, like, it's a nice open space. Like, people, there's a lot of foot traffic through.
Wait, guess what? When the Cambodian, I'm kind of the evidence because of what happened to Templar when Tuck had to kill her. You know why? Because he was following an order that was not meant to be raised. You know what was it? It was Order 66, alright?
Yeah, so it doesn't make sense that it'd be like overly cluttered and clogged.
In the Cambodians, you know those guys?
I can't hear this.
With the tops of these doors, we're going to leave a gap of one from the top of the doors, and then have end rods. And then with the tops of these doors, we're going to leave a gap of one from the top of the doors, and then have end rods. And then we're going to leave another gap of one extending in towards the center, and we'll have a double end rod. And the idea here is very simple. The end rod might be another row higher. So let's.
You sure we do like this and down here? Now I see the problem.
let's do that. So the positioning's correct, or at least in the x-axis, I do believe. I hope that I've got that right, but the y is a little bit off. So perfect. So underneath, say, the left and right sides, I just want the 1x2 paintings. Perfect, the two different ones. And then in the middle here, I want to have another painting.
There we go, camera. We might be a map.
Which that one will do. And these I kind of want to just sort of look like movie posters. You've got to use your imagination a little bit, but hey, that's, welcome to Minecraft. And there we go, that's a pretty decent amount of detail so far, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we kind of have to get into look like a movie poster, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we kind of have to get into the specifics, and I think that the first thing we will do is the easier side, which is over here. So, for the ticket booth side, first of all,
Where is that guy? This. This. We need to add some more stuff.
we want to have kind of like a little chained off section. So on the light blue terracotta, we'll have Nemrod Gap and Rod Gap, and then we want to place chains in between. So that's just so that you can walk around, so that people aren't crowding. And then inside of the little booths, we need to have seats. So the seats are really easy to make. They'll be all the way up at the front here. We'll have a block of redstone in the ground, piston on top of it, and then behind said piston, we want to place a flip top.
Did you say flip top?
No.
Flip top oak trap door. Easy. And then in the back of the room, like, it's kind of up to you what you want. Like, if you want to place like a painting back here to represent. Okay. Flip top oak trap door. Easy. And then in the back of the room, like, it's kind of up to you what you want. Like, if you want to place like a painting back here to represent. Okay, well, a painting back here to kind of like represent a movie poster or something, then that's completely up to you. The ceiling in here, we can just make it like full-on sea lanterns if you like. So I think that works quite well. That feels a little bit balanced. Maybe just sea lanterns in the middle. I'm not sure. I think that looks all right. And then we want to do the same thing just in the opposite side as well. So, block of redstone, piston on top. We have to grab the oak trap door, place that flipped up. A couple of sea lanterns in the ceiling. I mean, it doesn't matter. I think I might like that a little bit better. Just a little bit more sea lantern-ish, as some might say. And then on this back wall here again. Oh, we've already placed the paintings in here, my bad. So here, a couple of paintings. Maybe just a couple.
I don't really make that dark.
Corner here, and maybe even just one in the middle. Is it?
Don't know how to do that.
Is that a little bit too much? That might be a bit too much. So that's perfect. So it's easier to look at this from the outside. There we go. Some nice, alluring ticket booths. Once the ticket booths have been done, we have the more confectionery side. So, for this side of the build, the first thing that we're going to do is place 2 rows of red concrete along the back. Then,
I need to mind with that. Put these up over here. Light blue, blue, red. Never,
Wait a minute, this is... Wait, I know who this guy is now. This was.
Who?
Ella...
On the
He's
very
on-
back of this
this
wall,
guy
where
here
all
was.
this side
Red
is built,
Joe.
the first
This
thing
You know who he is? He's
No.
from Star
we're
Wars
going to
Rebels.
do is place 2 rows
Like,
of red
I know
concrete
who that
along
is
the
right
back.
here, see?
Then, on the very back of this wall, we're going to place a flower pot and a brewing stand starting from the back corner. Left of it, we want to place a row of light blue concrete that goes to the top of the ceiling and then extending across to the right, red concrete, blue concrete. Above these tripwire hooks and then left of this we'll have a lever. We're going to destroy 2 rows in the red concrete left of this machine here and place sponge. Around the sponge we want to place glass, or better yet, on top of the sponge and then 1 row forwards we'll place glass, extend it 1 row forwards in front of itself, and then we want to grab red concrete. And place red carpet on top. Drinks machine, popcorn machine. Let's add some sea lanterns to the ceiling because
Where is the sea lantern?
it's a little bit dark. So if we leave a gap of 1 from this entire area here, and then if we just place lanterns in the ceiling, I might actually regret that. We'll probably change that a little bit later on, but to keep it nice and bright for now, we'll probably use lanterns to light this place. We want to place a red concrete in the back here, and on top of the red concrete we want to place an item frame with some pumpkin seeds. We'll need a loom, red banner and white dye. So on top...
Wait, the red wait, Ghost, you know Ghost in Star Wars Rebels, the crew? That's actually part of the Rebel Alliance, I think. He joined the Rebel crew. Okay, not Rebel Alliance, alright? Of the Ghost and me.
There's item frame, pumpkin seeds inside, loom on the ground, red banner inside, white dye with it, stripe pattern, and then place said stripy pattern around the edge. And there we have a popcorn bucket. So, really nice, simple popcorn bucket. In front of the counter space here, we'll leave a gap of 1 and have a row of red concrete that almost comes all the way over to the left. Then, we want to grab smooth quartz stairs, heavyweight pressure plate, machine, end rod.
Wait a minute. Karen James died in 1 BBY, so that means before 0 BBY.
And we want to, on the counter space here, start from the right side, pressure plate, stairs, gap of 1, pressure plate, stairs. In front of this, we want to leave a gap of 1 and have end rod, gap, end rod, and then change in between.
Was you working? Oh yeah, did it. I did that.
Similar in design as we have over there. I'm not going to add any more materials into the floor. This is looking pretty good. I would recommend adding perhaps land.
Was it a banner? Yeah, it'd be a banner.
Oh yeah, Ken Jarrett, you know, sacrifices himself actually.
To the sides where we have these sea lanterns. I think that looks pretty good. We can even sneak a lantern.
Whatever about saying it, but nah.
Maybe just it's too much with the lanterns. Now that we've done that, we have to add a little bit of seating in here. This is, I mean, we're kind of reusing the same sort of stuff over and over again, but I really like it. So, in front of the
I'm gonna do better, sorry.
we're going to have smooth quartz stairs on the left and right side. Dig down into the ground, block of redstone, pistons on top, perfect. If you want to outfit the tables, I'd recommend like item frame, pumpkin seeds, flower pot as a drink, you know, that sort of stuff. Looks pretty good. And then, I mean, it depends how crazy you want to go with detail. Like, you can add item frames, you can put different drinks in it, you can flower pot as a drink.
Is that in there?
You know, that sort of stuff looks pretty good. And then, I mean, it depends how crazy you want to go with detail. Like, you can add item frames, we can have more of that, but different drinks in it, you can have a potion of healing, why not? So, you know, it depends how crazy you want to go with
I don't have
detail.
any
We can have more
item frames, yeah.
paintings, we can have more posters, we can have more this, we can have more of that, but
You know what they have some man.
that's kind of like for you to decide. Like, entrance, I don't even know what to call it, is complete. So, last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, we have the actual cinema screens to make. So this is where we will actually watch the movies. So, we have to divide these rooms up, but not least, ladies and gentlemen.
Mess up over there.
Do you know what his real name was?
What?
Something else. I think it was Caleb something. He just saying, yeah, hell, Caleb Doom, or D-U-M-E, alright? You know why he changed his name from that to Karen Jarvis? Because it was done. Do you not know what's happening?
Screens to make. So this is where we will actually watch the movies. So we have to divide.
Must change the name, or they could change the name if they wanted to, you know.
Can't find a new light there, man.
Oh yeah, the Bad Batch. You don't know who they are, Randy?
No.
On board 99. They literally are called. They literally. I'll just show you these guys.
These rooms up.
These guys right here, what? Bad Batch.
First of all.
Then probably guess what? These guys.
I didn't need a notepad.
Those actually 4 of them. That was the original 4 members. Amen.
Maybe some more time. Yes.
Let's focus on the right room first, and we must, first things first, we want to leave a gap of 1 and then place 2 cyan terracotta extending back towards the center, so 1, 2. We're then going to place a terracotta and extend this all the way up to the top of the ceiling. As a matter of fact, we will probably drop this ceiling a little bit, but we'll figure out how high we want this first of all. All the way up to the top of the ceiling. As a matter of fact, we will probably drop this ceiling a little bit, but we'll figure out how high we want this first of all. But we're then going to extend the terracotta across towards the back of the building, and we'll build up the terracotta a little bit. It's likely that we'll kind of like make the ceiling height about here, but you know, just add a few rows so that we're a bit safe. Extend the first row of cyan terracotta towards the back wall, and then in front of the first cyan terracotta, 2 note blocks, 3 cyan terracotta, 2 note blocks, cyan terracotta. Then, spanning the width of the note blocks, we want to place a row of black concrete behind and on top of the cyan terracotta, and extend the black concrete all the way up. We want to have 3 rows of black concrete, and then let's go with this. Let's go with block of iron for the ceiling. Okay, so we'll take out this row.
ไม่ได้เรียบราคาเรื่องนี้จ้ะ
We can remove the red concrete. We can remove the whole thing. Perfect. So we'll make the entire ceiling block of iron.
ไม่เป็นไรจ้ะ
And we'll add some strategic sea lanterns. We'll see how much light we truly do need in here. It won't be too much. We're going to build a little bit of light into the floor, but 1 or 2 cleverly placed sea lanterns should do nicely. In front of the actual screen area, on the left and right, we want to stream light into the ground, and also in the very center of the screen, with oak trapdoors on top. That'll create a nice little bit of ambient light. Then, along this back wall here, we're going to leave a picture of the screen with oak trapdoors on top. That'll create a nice little bit of ambient light. Then, along this back wall here, we're going to leave a gap of 1 from the door, smooth quartz slab, and we'll have another slab against the back wall as well. Red concrete in between. An entire row of red concrete behind, like so. Then we'll extend the red concrete 1 row backwards, and then extend the back row of red concrete up by 1. The middle 3 rows we want to leave open, so the result should look like this. We then want to have black stained glass paint on top of the first foremost row of red concrete, and then this back. So the result should look like this. We then want to have black stained glass paint on top of the first foremost row of red concrete. And then this back room here, we want it to kind of like be a projector room. So we need a few different things. It's easier to do it whilst it's nice and bright. So the projector room is kind of like a false room. Meaning like we want to have 3 rows of we want to have a floor that just sits behind the first row of red concrete here, but then we want to build up the walls using cyan terracotta like this, and we kind of want to box it in and reduce the amount of space. We might even reduce the amount of space that it has from here. I think that, Yeah, because the thing is, like, we don't need this much space, so, like, we need 1, 2, 3, so we'll box this in even more. Along this back wall, we want to grab red...
Wait, what? Is everybody say? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What is that? Is that
concrete activator rail.
Activator rail.
Light detector, black concrete, and paintings? I don't know. We don't have paintings on us, but of course we do have it as a material. So red concrete along the back here. Daylight detector, activator rail, black concrete. I kind of want that sideways for some reason. Painting in here. And it kind of just looks like an operating room, like a control room. And I'm going to grab a sea lantern because... it's kind of dark. Like, where would a sea lantern go nicely? If we line it up with the entrance, or maybe where we have the glass here, maybe the projector, so kind of like in the center... of the room, so yeah, that's actually not bad. That's not too bad at all. So on here wants to be a camera or a projector. So on the center, red concrete, a black concrete, extend it 1 row behind, and then we want to. This is really easy to make. We'll need the black glass pane, leather with a skeleton skull, grindstone, warped sign, and warped stairs.
Why are you too fast for me? Where is it?
So we'll have grindstones on top, not facing that way, facing this way. We'll have leather off to the side with a skeleton skull, and there we have something that resembles a camera. Either side of this, we want to place a black stained glass pane, and there we go, a nice little projector room for the actual cinema. Looks great. Either side of this, we want to place a black stained glass pane, and there we go, a nice little projector room for the actual cinema. Looks really good, in my opinion. We could even face it 1 row back, since that does look a little bit obtrusive, perhaps. We could probably, like, shove it 1 row back or so, or we can just leave it like that, because it is kind of cool anyway, so... either side of this, we want to have chairs, which are going to be warped stairs with warped sides either side of them, just like this. Perfect. And then we want to have the same chair configuration just on the ground. There's not many seats in the cinema, as you may see, but, you know, they're all high quality seats. Quality, not quantity. And there we go, like, this is one of the cinema rooms, and I'm really happy with this. I think that this is really cool. And in doing this once, of course, we want to go ahead and do the exact same thing to the other side of the cinema. So, this room is a mirror of the previous room.
I don't know how to do it, guys. I don't know how to show you that again. With this stuff, and here we are.
So if we...
The cinema. The Punk Club Cinema. Alright, we don't need to be up. Bye!